Ellen situation.
Yeah.
You know, people found out that Ellen was mean, and all these people came out and said, Ellen's actually and everyone can't believe it. And she lost everything. She fell apart, disappeared, because people found out that this character that she was portraying in a half an hour on a television show is not really who she was. My buddy Greg, who was one of her writers, he was like, she's a monster.
All these staffers started to come out, not for nothing, but I know a guy, I know him very well, whose sister worked for her, who said you were not allowed to make eye contact with Ellen in the halls of that show. If you saw her, this is not a nice person.
Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly are teaming up to call out Ellen DeGeneres like never before. What's she hiding behind that big smile? Just fun dance moves or something way juicier? Spoiler, it's messy, awkward, and super funny. If you thought daytime TV was all happy vibes, think again. Stick around. This gossip's hot and spilling all over the place.
It's like a beautiful name, Isis.
Ellen's rough.
Ellen is like an old.
But it's a rough one now.
It's a rough one now because she was running Abu Ghraib in the back of her show.
Led to article after article of people being like, Ellen's a bitch. Ellen is a nasty person.
You know when someone's so nice, so perfect, so full of kindness that you wonder if something's up? That's Ellen DeGeneres, the queen of daytime TV, always dancing, smiling, and saying be kind. But then, boom, two big media stars, Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly, decide to poke at that shiny image. Not one, but both of them, ready to dig into what's really going on behind the scenes.
When you see, like, a lot of people saying that someone who seems so nice is not nice at all.
She doesn't seem nice, but that's people have a very poor judge of character. She doesn't seem nice. It seems forced. People that are like that all the time, she doesn't seem nice. It's very forced. And whatever, you're allowed to be right? You're allowed to be nasty to people. You're accomplished. You're a comedian. You did the whole thing. What you're not allowed to do is have a Guantanamo Bay situation in the backstage of your show where everybody's walking around afraid for their life, and it's like Abu Ghraib where they're hooked up to wires and they have like.
Yup, you heard right. Joe Rogan, the podcast guy who talks to everyone from fighters to wild thinkers, and Megyn Kelly, the journalist who cuts through fake stories like a pro. Both went after Ellen's kind vibe. Spoiler, it got messy, awkward, and honestly, pretty hilarious as they questioned her perfect image.
I have a question for you on this. This is perfect for you. Because I'm seeing this week that there is an attempted comeback by somebody who did not cross one of those fateful lines of misstepping on their sacred cows of gender or race or sexuality.
Yeah.
But she was said to be a nasty biatch, and that's Ellen DeGeneres. Yeah. So her show got canceled after she had this testy exchange with Dakota Johnson, where something happened where Dakota said, oh, I had this birthday party, and Ellen said, well, why didn't you invite me? You didn't invite me. And she said, like, no, I did invite you, Ellen. That's not what happened. And Ellen had blown her off. And then tried to play the victim on the set with her. Anyway, it led to article after article of people being like, Ellen's a bitch. Ellen is a nasty person. And
let's start with Joe. His podcast like a giant magnifying glass, spotting stuff nobody else notices. Even Ellen, the be kind superstar, couldn't escape. Picture Joe all serious saying, hold up, her nice act doesn't match the rumors about her show. He's got a nose for when celebrity stories seem too perfect to be true.
All these staffers started to come out, not for nothing, but I know a guy, I know him very well, whose sister worked for her, who said you were not allowed to make eye contact with Ellen in the halls of that show. If you saw her, this is not a nice person. So she eventually got canceled, but now she's coming back. She's got a Netflix special. That's the right response.
Yeah.
She's got a Netflix special. And here's the pepper. On the promo, and apparently there's now articles out about from people who have seen the preview, she plays the victim.
Joe wasn't just gossiping. He was digging deep like a detective in Hollywood. He talked about whispers of a workplace that wasn't fun but super stressful. People had to smile because it was their job, but behind the scenes, it was a different story. Ellen, the dancing queen who made us feel happy, was running a show that felt anything but according to some. Joe said it was like a sweet movie with a scary twist you can't turn off. But he didn't stop at Ellen. He used her as an example of celebs who sell kindness like it's a product, making us believe a fairy tale. When the public sees one thing, but the reality's different, it's a problem. Joe called it out, saying when kindness is just a brand, people get hurt.
They're picketing right now, so I think the early stages, I would think it might take a little bit with this one.
When someone crosses the running stroke, that's dirty. They cross the picket line.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody doing that yet.
I think Ellen did. I had a buddy of mine who was writing on Ellen. Everybody kind of knows now. What she's really all about. And that's another one of those. Like, I'm so nice and I'm so sweet. Being behind the scenes.
That's wild enough, but here comes Megyn Kelly, hitting from another angle, just as tough. While Joe questioned the big picture, Megyn put on her journalist hat and went for the facts. She looked at Ellen's whole empire, not just the smiling host, but the business behind it. Lawsuits, worker complaints, tough working conditions, all the stuff hidden by her happy interviews. Megyn didn't sugarcoat it. She showed how Ellen's Be Kind slogan didn't match the stressful workplace, where making the show perfect left workers struggling. Some said Ellen ignored their concerns, which wasn't exactly kind.
For me, and she actually has the nerve to say that she was run out of Hollywood. This person
she has with $100 million in her pocket.
$450 million according to Forbes. That's a low estimate. So now she's out there saying, I was run out of Hollywood. She's actually reportedly complaining about how hard it is for women in America with the double standard.
Look at Oprah, how hard it is for her.
She's got, like 10 houses, Ellen DeGeneres?
Tell Obama, look how hard it is for women in America. They're hurting.
They're going to let her back in, Rob, because she's a lesbian, she's a leftist, and she didn't hit one of their sacred cows.
Megyn also called out the media for going easy on Ellen, protecting her image instead of asking hard questions. But Megyn didn't play along. She put the truth front and center, showing the gap between Ellen's TV smile and the real mess. It wasn't just about drama. It was about showing what's under the celebrity shine. Together, Joe and Megyn were like a team-up. Joe's big picture questions set the stage, and Megyn's deep dive into the facts hit hard. They didn't need a fight with Ellen, just smart talk and sharp points that made her kind image look less perfect. This matters because it's not just about Ellen. It's about how we buy into celebrity stories without questioning them. The truth, messy and funny, needs to come out.
Look at it.
Oh, well, you know where that is too, right? Similar image to that, right?
No.
I know Jamie does.
What is it?
It's on the set of a famous talk show. It's now not on anymore.
Oh, Ellen? Was that Ellen?
Yeah.
Really?
Just look at the temple and then look at the...
Let me see Ellen's background.
This isn't about being mean. It's like pulling back the curtain on a magic show. The sparkle's real, but so are the tricks. Joe and Megyn are like that friend who tells you the hard truth before you make a bad choice. It stings, it's surprising, and it's a bit funny. So, what's this mean for Ellen? Her Be Kind crown's got some dents now, and her happy TV world looks more like a drama show. Fans might start questioning her dances and smiles. Other celebs might worry, knowing kindness isn't a free pass anymore. Joe and Megyn didn't need a big fight with Ellen. No Twitter wars, no yelling. Just smart talk and facts to show what's up.
She's a leftist, and she didn't hit one of their sacred cows. Nastiness, that's their bread and butter.
Well, I think everyone... I will say, like, the resentment, I think everyone should have a chance for reconciliation. I don't think Jesus exempted anybody. So I do, while it does, because I have been allowed back in, but I don't hold any grievance and resentment. It's very important. And I would just say for Ellen, the resentment, you have to know, you have to get over resentment to whatever addiction or addictive qualities happen, to get over it.
Here's the big deal about Joe and Megyn taking on Ellen. It's not just about one star. When these two, from totally different worlds, team up, even by accident, they shake up how we see celebs. Joe, the podcast guy who talks to all kinds of people, brings the let's question everything vibe his fans love. Megyn, the sharp journalist, digs through lawsuits and complaints to show the real story behind Ellen's grin. It's like tossing a rock into a calm lake and getting a huge wave. Joe makes people doubt the shiny marketing, while Megyn uses facts to show what's really going on.
Her and Bush are jumping around. I mean,
Right, she was buddies with Bush. That
yeah,
was like
she's
one of the
a
first.
CIA agent. Stephen Paddock. Do not ask me for sources, but Stephen Paddock.
Who's that?
He was the guy that shot up the Vegas concert. That was a very tragic thing. Listen to this. The only guy that saw Stephen Paddock alive was named Jesus Campos. He was a guard at Mandalay Bay. He got interviewed nowhere else. You know where he got interviewed in the beginning?
Ellen. Really?
Weird. And then they went on, if you can find that clip, they went on with a weird like diagram of how it happened, and Ellen's like showing the people how it happened. Not like an emotional like how are you feeling, how are you holding up. It was a weird diagram of like, and then he went to the left and to the right. It was very strange to look, what the hell's going on? This is a daytime show.
Together, they make a big noise that shakes up how we worship celebs. Why is this a big deal? Because fans aren't just eating popcorn anymore. They're asking questions. Thanks to Joe and Megyn, people wonder, how much of this is fake? Are celebs as nice as they seem? The idea of perfect, saint-like stars feels old now. Fans want real stories, not just shiny ones. This isn't just Ellen's problem. It's a whole change in how we see fame. When Be Kind is just a sales pitch, it feels fake. People aren't just laughing at the drama. They're thinking about what's real in a world full of filters and PR. No big fights or Twitter battles needed. Just smart talk that makes you think.
That should tell you
Uniform.
something.
Yeah.
Like, that's an odd look with all those buttons. Like, why do you have so many wrist buttons?
It was given to her in Langley.
The only reason why you have that many wrist buttons if you're looking at clothes on somebody.
Yeah, look at her. Look at her. Everyone says she looks so friendly. She looks friendly.
She does look very military.
Yeah, she's a militant woman.
With a very expensive watch.
She just dealt with a lot of discrimination when she came out. It was very sad, but then she joined the CIA.
Her house got broken into while she was at home.
Really?
Yeah. She got a dope place in Montecito.
And they broke in while she was there. And those people are still being tortured to this day.
Probably.
They're still in an underground jail.
Joe and Megyn showed you can call out problems without starting a fight. Their sharp questions and facts made the talk serious, but still fun. Not like usual celebrity drama. This could change things. Fans might start doubting other perfect celebs, and the spotlight might turn to their real stories. Ellen's nice empire looks wobbly because people are tired of fake kindness and want real people instead. Joe's outsider vibe and Megyn's fact-digging aren't just about Ellen. They're a wake-up call to stop swallowing celebrity stories without thinking. It's better than any reality TV drama.
I'm
to
just,
admit
like,
their
of
mistake.
all people on earth to be feeling sorry for herself, Ellen DeGeneres should not be on the list.
She should at least, but make a real apology and do it.
There's no apology. It's just woe is me. I was run out of Hollywood as she speaks from this grandiose stage on Netflix. Hello, you haven't been canceled if you are doing a Netflix special. She got $20 million for the one before this. I'm sure she...
In the end, this whole mess shows that the truth always sneaks out. Sometimes with help from folks like Joe and Megyn. If Ellen's image takes a hit, maybe that's what needed to happen. If we have to question our favorite fairy tales to get real stories, then let's keep roasting and let the truth shine. Next time you see someone preaching kindness on TV, wonder what's behind the scenes. Sometimes the biggest smiles hide the messiest secrets, and it takes voices like Joe and Megyn to spill the tea.